time, and therefore they could be going through a lot of stress. The fear of the unknown. They are leaving campus. Where are they going? You know, even people are telling them, where are you going? You know, or
we are back again at 98.8 FM Chuka Universe Radio. We just want to make this Educative Tuesday an amazing episode to you. Are you a 4th year student? Are you a finalist? Wanasema 4th year is overwhelming. You don't know what you're going to do. You have your own stress hapa. Where am I going to? Employer kule nje anauliza ni nani nataka kupewa.
Ukiangalia zile qualifications zote zinatakikana kwa job zote umeona advert. You never enjoy fit up.
You even ask yourself, did I train for the wrong course? What is really happening, msikilizaji, in 4th year? What is that? You're talking about that?
I think watu wa diploma vile vile tunafaa kwa.
That's finalist. Actually, you can say finalist.
Finalist. Watu wa diploma vile vile watakuwa wanaondoka. Wengi wao sana wa media tulikuwa tunazungumza na wao, wananiambia hawana skills na wanaenda huko nje. Wakiangalia wanasikia skills in videography, photography, vitu kama hizo hawana.
You're just asking yourself, msikilizaji, where am I going to settle? I've been in the campus for the last 2 years, 1 year, 4 years. Nitaenda wapi? Nitakuwa na nani? Nitaenda wapi? Nyumbani hawanitaki. Kule nyumbani hakuna kitu. They are telling you your course is flooded. They are telling you what is this? Stress hapa, exams, failing, graduation, eating up your mind. Church is one of them. Let's talk about this. Madam just goes to the house. We just want to have a candid conversation with that. Madam just good morning.
Yes, how are you?
I'm very fine.
You're good.
Very amazing.
Naona mko na anxiety ya kuenda nyumbani.
For years wanaturingia huku nje. Wanasema ati wanaenda. Hata wanajiita elders.
In fact, and by the way,
we become elders.
And maybe just to confess, we don't feel good going.
You don't feel good going.
These are family. I'm feeling emotional.
It's a family.
You know how
that's called
feels.
Separation anxiety. It is actually called separation anxiety. It happens. It happens anytime you are leaving. There is the approach avoid feeling where you want to go and still you want to remain. You're not going gives you part of joy, but also gives you sadness. Remaining also gives you some kind of anxiety that how can I continue to remain? So there is that separation anxiety. There is that approach avoid scenario where there is something that you want to, you are happy that you are going, but at the same time you are sad because of the fear of the unknown, because of the expectation outside there, because of all those things that come with going and actually completing a kind of a stage. So that is what we the 4th years are feeling. Yes, you can read for me the nini that you got.
I can truly read about it.
Yes, please read about it so that we can know exactly what's happening with them.
When I was going through social media, I just met this, and a friend sent me this. Every single person I've spoken to in 4th year, they say it is overwhelming. Having breakdowns, exhausted, feeling defeated. The end is so near. I feel that everything is moving at such a faster pace.
You have introduced something there that I didn't think about. Every single person.
Exactly.
So it's only the singles that are stressed. The others are not stressed.
I think I individual.
Or every single person. Every person. Okay. There is that anxiety there.
And even single.
They are not happy.
Exactly. So you are feeling like, okay, I'm getting out of campus. Hata pia kuwa single.
Where am I going?
It is just overwhelming. Things are moving in a very faster pace that each one of us feels they are terrified. What is this? This person completed by telling me, if you're feeling this way, just send a lot of positive feeling to any finalist.
Oh my God.
And Madam just Mghoi.
Yes, I am here. Let us talk about this separation anxiety, which is part of stress.
Let's send the positive.
You've heard about stress, isn't
Exactly.
it? You've heard about stress. And especially if it is a 4th year, there is the anxiety. The anxiety, the fear of the unknown. There is the expectation. There is also the expectation that, inner expectation and also external expectation. That is what other people expect them to do. or to have, and what they themselves expect themselves already to have accomplished at this particular time. There is also the anxiety of relationships, you know, that probably you are living. There is the developmental milestone. You know, there is the developmental milestone at every stage. You must reach some stages as you move on. So there could be people that are also feeling that they have been here maybe for 4 years and now they are leaving. Whatever they expected to happen maybe didn't happen, or they had relationships that didn't work, and therefore they are leaving. They are not stable in the relationship. The other thing that could be giving them stress and anxiety could also be academic performance, because there are people probably who thought 4th year is very far, and therefore they went through 1st year, you know, jokingly, they went through 2nd year, they are joking, going to 3rd year, 4th year, now they are realizing they cannot even raise their grade. The grade that they expected to get is not what is appearing in the portal, and they are seeing that they are desperate to probably improve that particular grade, but they may not be able to do so. So there is that anxiety. There is that anxiety, academic performance. There is the anxiety of accomplishment. What should they have accomplished at this particular time? What should they have achieved at this particular time? And therefore, they could be going through a lot of stress. The fear of the unknown. They are leaving campus. Where are they going? You know, even people are telling them, where are you going? You know, or you know, when they are in campus here, help send something small. The parents may be sending something small, but once they leave, nobody will do that. So there is that fear of the unknown.
What is
the
this
fear
unknown?
Of the unknown.
We just want to understand this unknown.
The fear of the unknown. The fear of the unknown, and the unknown is out there. They don't know what is going to happen. Some of them are anxious. They don't know whether they are going to find jobs. Others are anxious because maybe of the expectation, you know, their parents have or the community has. And sometimes this expectation is not written down. Nor do people tell you, when you come out here, we expect you to do this. Let me give an example. Like, for instance, if you come from a poor background, and you are the only child that has umeomoka ukaenda university, hiyo ni kama kuomoka, si ndio? So you are the only child there, and wewe ndio tegemeo. So hakuna mtu amekuambia wewe toka ukuje kutusaidia, lakini already you know that when you go out there, there is the expectation. Your parents expect you. Your sisters and brothers expect you to do something. Na wewe ujui mali unaenda. Actually unamaliza the last paper, but you don't know where you are going.
Hata fair kwenda hauna.
Hata probably fair kwenda hauna. Unaona? Maybe sasa unafikiria unaenda wapi? Unaenda village, unaenda kwa uncle, unaenda wapi? Unaenda kwa friend, unaenda wapi? So those kinds of anxiety can bring a lot of stress. Can bring a lot of stress among the 4th years. But what we are saying is that there is still hope. Where they're going, they don't know. But they can't stay here. So they must go to the unknown.
And face the reality. Unajua niko na rafiki moja ananiambia kwamba yeye ni mwanaume, ananiambia kwamba sasa akitoka hapa unlucky alikuwa anaishi na mamake kwa ploti somewhere huko kwao. So akitoka hapa lazima aende atafute nyumba yake. Mamake hatakuwa anamlipia hiyo rent. Ni yeye. Akiangalia qualifications zote za kazi wanaitisha 2 years experience. Amegraduate, atagraduate, ataenda wapi? Ameishi kuprocrastinate sijui ni itafanyika
procrastination. Yes.
Sasa atafanyaje?
Okay, you know, first things first. Number 1, every time we are stressing ourselves, we are closing ourselves up from thinking productively. Because stress is negative. It is degenerating. Stress is frustrating. Stress blocks your objective thinking. That I think people need to know. When you are stressed, you cannot think objectively. So, although there is the eustress and the distress, the eustress helps you. The distress degenerates you. So if you have the distress, then it degenerates you in the sense that you cannot be able to think properly. So what I would like to tell the 4th years is, yes, they are moving from the known to the unknown. The known was going to classes. The known was attending lectures. The known was, you know, being in a hostel, your parents are paying and so on. The unknown is out there, which they have to go to. But they should not stress themselves to an extent that they cannot be able to think objectively. Let them just remain calm. They still have 1 month where they will be doing their exams. First things first. They finish their exams and then they go out there. If you are able to live with your parents as you check out what you want to do, do so. If you are able to live with your friends, actually friends help each other a lot. Friends help each other a lot. If you're able to live with your friends as you think of what to do next, again, live with a friend. If you're able to live with an uncle, a cousin, that as you think of what you need to do next, then live with that uncle, live with that aunt. If you're able to live with your parents, again, go back home and then think from there what you need to do. But we should not go out there with a negative attitude that we will not find jobs. We should not go there with a negative feeling that yes, we have come, but there are no jobs, there's no employment. As you're complaining like that, someone is getting employed. By the way, Chacha and James, there are people who will be graduating from here when they have jobs. There are people who will be putting the last paper down as they go to pack their bags to go somewhere. To go somewhere to start working somewhere. I know of a student that completed here, and he used to be a student leader, and he had applied for a job when he was still here, and he hadn't even completed. And you know, the people who shortlisted him didn't know that he doesn't have a certificate. So immediately he finished his paper, his last paper, he was called for an interview. He went there. When he was at the reception, they realized this young man had not completed, doesn't have the final certificate. But they said, okay, now that we called him for an interview, let us just give him an opportunity to get in and talk to the panelists. Do you know they ended up employing him and telling him, immediately you get your certificate, please bring it. So let us not go out there with a negative attitude that will not find jobs. Once you tell yourself you'll not find a job, you will actually not find a job. But if you go out there with a positive attitude that I will find something to do, there is something for me, there is something for me, I have to find something to do. You go there with a positive attitude, you'll be able to find something to do. So let the fourth years not get stressed. I know stress is a normal occurrence. Wasipanic. Another thing, those who probably are stressed because the relationships didn't work, because it happens a lot. It happens a lot that you come as a first year, you start relating with a third year. When the third year completes fourth year, akienda anaendanga, arudi tena, angali nyuma. So anakuacha ukiwa maybe third year or fourth year, but lost, lost, frustrated, someone has ghosted on you, they don't talk to you, they don't, so you are living fourth year with pain and frustration on what you're going to do there. Again, I want to tell these people that relationships are not only made in campus. Yes, there are some relationships that are made in campus and they succeed. But there are also relationships outside there. So they should not get frustrated, even if someone ghosted on you, even if someone made you go through pain and frustration. Please don't take like the world is like that. The world is not like that. There is so much good in this world, and there are so many other good people in this world.
Madam,
yes,
maybe in 1 minute. Kuna hiki kitu yenye tumekuwa tukisikia kwamba ati ukiwa final student after umemaliza hii shule nini, unafaa kuanganga around ama urudi kule kijijini. Unajua watu waelewi hizi vitu. And then
you're supposed to stay around or go to the village. Now it depends on where you come from. It depends on what you're going to do in the village. A number of people hanging around have made it successful also within the area where they are. Some of them are looking around. Even the fourth year, some of them are looking around. What business can I do in this particular environment where I am, where I've stayed for 4 years? So again, it depends. There are those that go back and still succeed. There are those that remain around. There are those that go back because they know what they are going for. There are those, because they don't know where they are going, they hang around and team up with other friends and so on, and they start doing things, businesses here and there, and finally they are able to get something to do. Others hang around until they get something, maybe outside within the environment. So it depends on where you are coming from, and it depends on what you're going to do at home. If there is something that you can be able to get at home, then go back home. If there is nothing that you are going to get at home and you are able to sustain yourself yourself around, stick around and look around and team up with friends and see what you can be able to do. So either way, it depends on an individual. There are people who have said, mimi hapa sitoki, hapa ndio my success inakujia, and they have actually become successful. They never left. So it depends on what the person wants. But it's good to check around. It's good to check around, where can I make a life out of myself?
Wow.
Yes.
Msikilizaji,
Yes.
you are finalist. What exactly do you want? How are you feeling, by the way? The tunnel is here and the light is here. Once again, we just want to speak much of that, msikilizaji. We need to understand. Then after all this, Madam Joyce, you mentioned something very crucial. Maybe most of us, the victims, you are the only one. Mama nakupigia, weka 100. Sister nakupigia, weka 100. Brother nakupigia, weka 100. Na wewe bado uko final. So that is it. Where next, msikilizaji?
No.
Just want to understand that. Tuzame kidogo, take a break of 1 to 2 minutes. Tunachipuka tena. Ni kibao kizuri chake Anastasia Mkabo anasema tutachipuka tena. Despite all this, we're coming up, msikilizaji. We want to talk about that. Tembea kwenye mitandao ya kijamii.
Facebook kama Chuka University Radio.
Call me Jackson Chacha.
James Ushira kijana Biblia.
And of course, we are hosting the one and only Madam Joyce Mghoi, Director, Career Services, Chuka University. This is just a candid conversation. If you miss this, kumbuka utaipata
kule YouTube, Touch of Grace KE. Uende hapo usubscribe, vile vile uling bell ya notification na mambo itakuwa ni sawa tena.
So amazing, msikilizaji. Wacha tuchipuke tena. We coming back after short break. Stay tuned. Madam Joyce Mghoi, karibu tena. Then after all that, what next? Okay, nimesema sitakuwa na stress. What next? Then
okay. Number one, you need to believe in yourself. You need to believe that the 4 years that you have been here, that you have gotten some skills that are going to be useful for you outside there. That is the first thing. If you don't believe you have acquired the necessary skills, even what you have acquired, you'll actually trash it and you look at it as if it is not important. So number one, fourth years need to believe that they have gotten the necessary skills that will help them to become successful outside there in life. Number two, they need to do what I can call out of class researches. You know, sometimes we concentrate so much on the academic, we forget about life. We forget about life. And that's why we've been organizing career days, career, weeks, career this, career that, because you may not be taught issues about careers in class. You may not be taught CV writing skills. You may not be taught a cover letter writing skills. You may not be taught job search skills in the class. But you have you've already been given these skills. But you need the job search skills, which you may not be taught in class. That now today we are learning about how you're going to search for a job out there. But this one you're going to learn out here. You're going to learn through when we invite speakers. You're going to learn when you do your own research. You yourself, you do your own research to find out how can you be able to identify where you can be able to get jobs. Which are these organizations that are employing or that are helping people to find jobs? Because currently we have so many organizations that are helping people find jobs. Things like Brighter Monday. I'm not advertising for them. It's just an example. Things like Fuzu. I don't know. There are many organizations. There are many even individual organizations that are helping people to be able to identify jobs. Because currently, most of the employers are not employing directly. Most of the employers are contacting employee organizations.
Exactly.
That an individual is there, he has already received CVs for different areas, he is there with them, and therefore when an organization like now when Chuka University contacts this organization and tells them we need someone to come and maybe we need someone in this particular area, that particular organization will search in their CV and will find an appropriate person. And then they will send over the names of those people. And then the university will do interview to be able to get the best person out of that. So job search skills you need to go out there and look for these job search skills. You need to go out there and find out these organizations, employee organizations, HR organizations that are just basically there receiving CVs, trying to train you here and there, so that when an organization requires for someone from them, they can be able to send you. So job search skills, CV writing skills, cover letter writing skills. Networking. Networking is something that we've talked about. Networking, like now you are finishing 4th year. Do you know the people who finished 4th year last year who are in your area? Do you even know them? Do you even have friends?
Exactly.
Because you're supposed to keep friends. If you are a first year, please get to know some second years that are doing the same area that you are, the same course that you're doing. Please get to know some third years, some 4th years. Be friends with people that are ahead of you, so that once you complete, you can even ask them, where are you people? You know, what is it that you are doing? So networking is very, very important. You get to network with other people. Another thing is branding, self-branding.
Exactly.
How have you branded yourself? How are you branding yourself? If I go to your Facebook, Chacha,
Exactly.
what can I be able to get from your Facebook page? What can I be able to get from your status? You know, when I view your status, what can I, do you know, Chacha, there are status that you go to and you unazipita. Actually unasema wacha you cannot watch, you cannot see, you cannot read, you cannot read what someone is putting there. So again, how have you branded yourself? So you need to brand yourself in that particular area that you want to pursue. You need to brand yourself. Like right now, Chacha, if I wanted a laptop, let me be honest, if I wanted a laptop, I will look for J-Mick.
Exactly.
I will look for Roba. You know, these are people within Dagani
Who deal with that.
You know, I will look, if I want printing, I will look for J-Mick. Why? He has branded himself so much until when I think printing, I think him. If I want a design, something to be designed for me, maybe a poster, maybe a banner or so, I will think of Bristol Baraza. You know, why? How
Tell
have
them,
you?
if you also need news.
If I need someone to cover my news, if I need someone to do videographing, I'll look for James. I will look for Chacha to come and moderate my event. This is what we are talking about. How are you branding yourself? How are you branding yourself? When people see you, when people meet you, what do they associate you with? What do they associate with? And there are opportunities for us to be able to brand ourselves, for us to be able to network, for us to be able to do this research that is going to help us get employment. So that's what we are calling them to do. Let them not be despair. Let them not get frustrated. It may look unknown out there, but sure there is hope, because others have gone and there are a number of people that have succeeded in life. Another thing that I would like to say, please don't choose. Don't be too choosy. Don't be too choosy. It's our desire for everyone who learns, or for everyone who has done a certain course, to get a job in that particular area. It is our desire. But if that is not forthcoming, please don't be too choosy. Pick whatever is available for you, then continue to work for what you want.
You've talked about that, Madam Mghoi.
Yes.
In the area of expectations.
Yes.
What employees expect of us, the graduates, what they expect the graduates, maybe they expect a full and complete package.
Now,
if they need a teacher,
yes,
they understand that this is a fully packaged teacher. And you as a teacher or a trainee or a graduate, what do you expect of an employee? Maybe you expect a person who is going to start from the scratch, showing you, CJ, this is how to handle a microphone, and this is how to do this. But an employee or an employer expect that when you are going there, you are fully, you have everything. Skills, you know how to handle that microphone, you know how to handle that expectation. What they expect versus what we bring.
But versus what you bring.
Exactly.
Now, there is something that you need to know. Any employer employing someone would want to employ someone who knows.
Exactly.
That is for sure. There is no way you can say, I want an accountant, then you employ someone who has no skills in accounting. The employer will not employ you if you don't have the skills. So what the employer expects is for you to be able to have skills to be able to handle that kind of job that they're giving you. Yes, once they employ you, they may give you a bit of training here and there, but don't be too green. Don't be too green. Being too green means you didn't learn anything. Wherever you are, you did not learn anything. So don't be too green. Have some skills. And that's why I'm saying, let us not rubbish the skills that we have already learned. So most of the mistakes students do is to feel like whatever they have been learning is not good enough. So they are going out there. They have already learned, but they are feeling that it's not good enough. Already that whatever you have been learning, those are skills that you have been armed with to go out there with. So the employer expects you to have the skills. You as an employee, you expect when you go there to be shown. It is true you may be shown here and there. But orientation will be done. And a bit of training will be done. But if you go for an interview and you are green, you will not get that job. So the students need to know that they need to have the skills. They need to believe in themselves, that the skills that they have acquired, they need to know that they have the skills, the competencies. What are these competencies that you have gained from your area of study? Actually, that's the first question they need to ask themselves. What are these competencies that I've gained from my area of study? So they need to know them, the competencies that they have gained from their area of study. When they go to present themselves in an interview, these are the skills and the competencies the employer wants to get from you. Without those skills, you will not even get there to have an orientation or to have that little training that they will train you or to learn on the job, because you become expert as time goes on. As time goes on, you become an expert. You learn more things, you discover more things. You even discover the way you learned it in class, depending on the context, it may not work like that. There is that which you learn in class, but when you go to the field, you find there are other things that you need to know. Let me give you an example. Like when you are taught about when you go for driving or when you go to a driving school. The driving school teaches you. The driving school teaches you. But there are things the driving school may not teach you. Let me give you an example. Me, when I was trained driving, I wasn't even shown where I can put the wiper. You know the wiper when it rains? When it rains, because I've been training during the day. See, during the day and when it is not raining. So I have been training during that time. So therefore, nobody taught me where I can get the wiper to when it starts raining. Are you getting that? So I know how to drive. It is raining. But I don't know where that wiper is to wipe the windscreen. That's another thing. Another thing, when you go for a drive, they teach you how to drive and all that. You get the competencies. But there are things that you learn on the job.
As it goes
it goes by.
There's a very crucial thing my brother had, but before he comes in, Madam, just how do we deal with this thing of experience? Because every employee needs a 1 year experience, a 2 year experienced person. How do we? Our time is up.
Now,
just 1 minute.
Experience, you get it in a practicum or attachment. Every course has attachment for 3 months, isn't it? Has attachment for 3 months, and then you come back, you continue. You can also get internship. You can also get experience there. And experience also doesn't really mean that if you haven't gone for attachment and if you don't have internship, that you don't have experience. Why? Because there are things that you have been learning. There are things that you have been learning. You have a kind of experience in your life at one time or another. So don't look at it as if you are so green in terms of experience. You're not very green in terms of experience. So let's not shy off. Even when they say 1 year experience, please apply.
It can be done.
Yes, please apply.
To the third years and second years, wenye wataki kujipata kwa situation ya kuwa stranded, hawajui wataenda wapi. What can you tell them?
What I can tell them is that life does not get easier, but you get stronger. Life doesn't get easier. You get stronger by day. And so they should go out there and look for these jobs. They should go out there. Those who are able to do self-employment and do self-employment. But they should not go out there frustrated and feeling despair and helplessness, because that will not help them. I always believe that all of us were born to fill a void in this earth. So there is something that they can be able to do. There is something that they can
There's
be able
always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, there is always light at the end of the tunnel.
Just practice.
Let them smile, do their papers, finish their exams, and go out there and look for something to do.
5
They'll
seconds,
get-
Madam Jess Mghoi, as a mother, as
Yes.
a professional, to the finalists. One word.
That's what I'm telling them. There is hope at the end of the tunnel.
That's Madam Jess Mghoi.